Are you sick of having to read your MotoGP news? Well, no worries. I'm here to tell you everything you need to know right now. Well, welcome to Monday Morning MotoGP, and as the paddock has the week off before they start their insanely busy flyaway schedule, here are some news items you may have missed. But before we dig in, if you could please like, follow, share, mash all the buttons so you get all the MotoGP goodness you can possibly handle. And fun fact, we respond to nearly every comment, so please come talk some MotoGP with us. Okay, here we go. F1 personality and serial curse word enthusiast Gunther Steiner takes over Tech 3 KTM. The MotoGP paddock is, yes, losing one of its big personalities in the form of Hervé Poncharal, but is gaining a different sort of personality in Gunther Steiner as the team sale was officially confirmed. Now, what does this mean for Tech 3 operations? I mean, who knows? But Steiner has said he's there to learn from the team and integrate himself in slowly without being too disruptive. Gunther Steiner disruptive? No, never. Now we are also saying goodbye to Moto E after the current season. The electric motorcycle racing series has been put on hiatus. That's a nice way to put it, guys, but it's been canceled, all right? It's been canceled due to lack of interest. While every 14-year-old on Earth seems to have jumped from a traditional bike to an e-bike, motorcycle enthusiasts have been hesitant to do the same. Now, MotoGP says they aren't giving up on going green. They actually are just going to focus on sustainable and renewable options surrounding the traditional internal combustion engine, like increased efficiency and renewable fuels. If you don't already know, MotoGP is making the jump to 100% renewable fuels in 2027, so they are putting their money where their mouth is. Now, despite the lack of interest in the Moto E program, FIM president Jorge Viejas said the racing has been really exciting, fantastic. I would like to thank all the riders and teams that have competed in Moto E, and of course, Dorna. Together, we look forward to the future and are ready to embrace new and innovations and technologies. Now, I agree that some of the Moto E races were in fact like phenomenal racing. Close battles, Moto 3 style overtakes, and the sprint style of that short format was a kind of cool change of pace to the long form races. But I don't think electric motorcycles were ever going to drive Friday and Saturday attendance at events. Maybe it's ahead of its time. Maybe the next generation who are growing up terrorizing their local downtowns on scooters and e-bikes and whatever hell this is will embrace electric motorcycle racing. But the fact remains, for most of us on bikes, electric bikes just aren't cool yet. And until they are, no one is going to show up to watch them race. But those hardcore fans that get the full 3-day MotoGP pass who are worried they are now going to get less racing in 2026, do not worry, because Harley-Davidson has announced the Harley-Davidson World Cup. Yes, we are trading in electric motorcycles for full factory 600-pound Harley-Davidson baggers. Harley is taking its King of the Baggers concept and going worldwide with it in 2026, joining MotoGP for 6 rounds. Austin, Mugello, Assen, Silverstone, Aragon, and finally ending in Austria. Marketing guru from HD says, this is the new cup for the next generation of Harley-Davidson's racing evolution. We've seen what we can do in the King of the Baggers in the US, and now we're bringing that same energy and performance and attitude to the world stage. It's more than just racing. It's a global statement of who we are and where we're going. Yeah, nice PR stuff, but I will say I was very skeptical of the Bagger series in Moto America. At first glance, it looks absolutely ridiculous, but the speed and lap times these guys put up as they throw these massive bikes around the track is pretty awesome to see in person, and the noise is epic. Take that, Moto E. And finally, Yamaha brought out their brand new V4 at the Misano Grand Prix to test over the course of a race weekend with test rider Augusto Fernandez, while Fabio Quartararo, Alex Rins, and Jack Miller had to wait till the following Monday at the official test to jump on it themselves. And the reaction was kind of what we should really expect. Meh? But it's early. Fernandez had a decent Friday, I think, before running into mechanical issues and a small tip-off on day 2. Friday, I think he was only 1.2 seconds off the pace, which isn't that far from what he does on the inline 4. Not bad for a first outing. By the end of Saturday, that gap was around 2 seconds. So I don't think we can really say too much from the first test. There's not that many conclusions we can draw. Now, Fernandez said the inline 4 is much stronger in a lot of areas, but the V4 feels better on the back end. And for those who've been following along for basically forever, the current Yamaha really struggles with rear end grip. So fixing that is a massive priority for everyone on the project. Now, as for the current riders, they all want to see big leap forward before they test this bike again. I don't think anyone was using the word disappointing, but underwhelming? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Well, that's all for the news, and stay tuned for more as we head to the next round in Motegi. Thank you so much for watching.